What is going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice. Guys, we put out a video, I believe it was yesterday, about the Indianapolis Colts, and quarterback Anthony Richardson was meeting his doctor to get a second opinion on his shoulder because there was some inflammation and some aggravation in the shoulder from throwing, and he wanted to get a second opinion on what he should do to fix this situation. A lot of people initially were saying rest, and a lot of people thought with this other second opinion, some people were concerned that potentially another surgery might potentially be in the works. Well, it's only been really about a day since the last update that we had, and Stephen Holder reported today saying Colts head coach Shane Steichen says Anthony Richardson did see his doctor in Los Angeles for a second opinion on his shoulder earlier in the day, but the outlook remains the same, and that just needs rest and time for right now. So as it currently stands, surgery is not really on the books. Right now, the Colts and Anthony Richardson are going to just allow that shoulder to come back on its own and be able to fix whatever issue is going on. And that's really going to be it. So it doesn't mean that surgery is off the table completely, but it does mean that as of this moment, that we're not going to see another surgery from Anthony Richardson, at least right now. Cody, what's your thoughts on the fact that we know for right now that there's not going to be another surgery for Richardson at this moment?
Yeah, that's certainly probably the best news you could hope for if you're a Colts fan and Anthony Richardson fan, and hoping that he can, be ready to go by training camp, right? Because we heard all about the idea of him coming out and saying, like, I'm going to be ready to go, so that certainly bodes well for that department. And hopefully it's something where it is kind of a natural thing with the throwing shoulder a little bit more where, yeah, maybe he did overdo it a little bit, but all signs pointing to him hopefully being ready to go and really having no limitations, moving forward. Again, there's always going to be concerns about him this entire year with some of this stuff, but certainly on the surface, like you said, definitely some good news here, hearing from his doctor that there's nothing else that's wrong, right? It seems like everything from what we understand, like everything's on track, everything's on schedule. This stuff isn't necessarily a surprise. It's just going to take some time of rest. Like you said, obviously it's a bummer that AR is not going to be able to be out there for, mini camp and other things like that. But ultimately, man, if he's back for training camp, I think that's probably about the best news given the circumstance and the situation you find yourself in for him to potentially compete in training camp, preseason, all that for that quarterback one position. So definitely think it's good news for right now.
Yeah, it definitely is nice to, be able to know that the surgery option isn't going to be what they're looking at right at this moment. So glad to see that. Outside of that, guys, there really isn't a whole lot more to discuss on that fact. I mean, we kind of dove into, the options and what is going to go forward for Anthony Richardson in the future. But nevertheless, we'll continue to keep you guys updated if things go differently. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Let us know your thoughts. Thank you so much. And as always, go Colts.